Caitlin Clark released a statement yesterday, as well as the Indiana Fever.
Caitlin Clark just confirmed she's coming back to the WNBA, but she didn't stop there. Fans expected a simple update, but she delivered a direct challenge to the league. The question isn't if she'll be back, but if the WNBA can even keep her. I'll show you exactly what she said and why it's a game changer. We're breaking down her entire statement, her conditions for returning, and the bombshell she dropped about Sophie Cunningham.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark just changed everything. One statement, one press conference, and now the entire future of women's basketball is hanging by a thread. For months, she's been the face of the WNBA, the rookie who packed arenas, sold jerseys, and shattered TV ratings. But after her season-ending announcement, fans are asking one question. Is Caitlin Clark about to leave the league for Europe? And if she does, is Sophie Cunningham going with her? When Caitlin and the Indiana Fever released their statements yesterday, nobody expected fireworks. Maybe a quick update on her injury. Maybe a simple reassurance to fans. Instead, what Caitlin delivered was a bombshell. She confirmed she'll be back in the WNBA next season, but only if the league steps up. That one condition flipped the narrative upside down. Suddenly, this wasn't just about one player's recovery. It was about the survival of an entire league. Fans flooded social media, analysts scrambled to interpret her words, and executives rushed into late-night meetings. Because Caitlin Clark isn't bluffing, she has options. And those options might take her thousands of miles away, across the Atlantic, where European clubs are already preparing record-breaking offers. Think about what that means. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's biggest draw. She single-handedly turned Fever games into must-watch events. Ticket sales skyrocketed.
It was Caitlin Clark. It was massive numbers. When it wasn't, it was even less on average than the previous playoff series.
Television ratings broke records, merchandise flew off the shelves, and this was just her rookie season. Without her, the WNBA doesn't just lose a player. It loses momentum. It loses sponsors. It loses casual fans who tuned in just to watch her play. That's why her words matter so much. Caitlin knows her value, and by putting the league on notice, she's sending a message. Protect your stars or risk losing them. To understand why this moment is so explosive, we have to rewind. Caitlin Clark's journey didn't start with the Fever. It started at Iowa, where she became a national phenomenon. Night after night, she pulled up from the logo, drained three-pointers, and rewrote the record books. Her college games sold out arenas and broke TV viewership numbers that rivaled men's Final Four matchups. She wasn't just a great player, she was a cultural event. By the time she declared for the WNBA draft, hype had reached a fever pitch. Everyone knew the league was about to change. The Indiana Fever won the lottery, drafted her number, won overall, and instantly went from obscurity to the hottest ticket in sports. But here's the problem. The WNBA wasn't ready. The NBA has always bent over backward to protect its stars. When LeBron James entered the league, officiating adjusted. When Steph Curry became a global icon, the league leaned into his style of play. Because the NBA understood. Stars drive revenue. The WNBA? Not so much. Instead of shielding Caitlin Clark, the league seemed to throw her into the fire. Opponents targeted her. Defenders knocked her down. Game after game, she absorbed punishing hits. And referees? They often swallowed the whistle. What should have been a dream rookie season became a survival test. Fans noticed, analysts noticed, and most importantly, Caitlin noticed. Which brings us back to yesterday's announcement. Caitlin Clark's rookie year was supposed to be a coronation. The arena lights, the TV cameras, the roaring crowds chanting her name. It all pointed to the rise of the WNBA's next megastar. But instead of being protected, she became a target. Opposing defenders didn't just guard her, they hunted her. She was pushed, grabbed, and knocked to the floor. Each fall sent shockwaves through her fanbase, who flooded social media with one plea: protect Caitlin. But the whistles rarely came, and when they did, it was often too little, too late. What should have been highlight reels of logo threes and game winners became montages of bruises and collisions, and the narrative turned ugly. Pundits on TV insisted she had to earn her stripes. Commentators said she was complaining too much. The irony? She never complained. She just kept getting up, again and again. fans noticed the double standard. In the NBA, stars like LeBron James and Steph Curry were protected by officiating from day one. But Caitlin, the biggest draw the WNBA had ever seen, was left to fend for herself. The season became less about basketball and more about survival. To understand why this story matters so much, you have to rewind to Iowa. Caitlin Clark wasn't just a college star. She was a cultural event. Night after night, fans packed arenas just to watch her warm up. Tickets sold out months in advance. Bars in Iowa City were filled with fans in number. 22 jerseys watching her shoot from the logo like it was nothing. And the numbers? They were staggering. She broke Pete Maravich's all-time NCAA scoring record, men or women. She became the all-time leader in three-pointers. She shattered assist marks. Every game felt like history in motion. Her rivalry with Angel Reese drew millions of viewers. Her battles against South Carolina turned women's basketball into primetime theater. Celebrities sat courtside. ESPN shifted programming to air her games. By her senior season, Caitlin wasn't just a player. She was appointment television. When she declared for the WNBA draft, fans knew what was coming. A tidal wave of new attention for the league. The Indiana Fever drafted her number. Won overall, and overnight, a struggling franchise turned into the hottest ticket in sports. But the WNBA wasn't ready for the phenomenon they had on their hands. Fast forward to yesterday. Caitlin sat at the podium, calm, collected, and confident. Reporters expected a routine update about her injury rehab, but instead, she dropped a line that set the internet on fire. "I'll be back next season, but only if this league is serious about protecting its players." Those 15 words exploded across social media. ESPN broke into live coverage. Talk shows cleared segments. Twitter, or X, trended worldwide under #ProtectCaitlin. Fans dissected every word. Was it a threat? A warning? A negotiation tactic? Here's the reality. It was all three. Caitlin knows her value. She's the league's cash cow, its ticket seller, its ratings machine. Without her, the WNBA risks losing not just momentum, but relevance. And here's the kicker. She has options. Real ones. Clubs in Italy, Turkey, and Spain are already preparing seven-figure offers. European basketball treats women's stars like royalty. Private housing, first-class travel, endorsement deals. The message was clear. I love the WNBA, but I don't need it. Let's break down the season that led to this boiling point. Game 1. Caitlin's debut drew historic ratings, but the physical defense started immediately. She was hounded, pushed, and bumped, and fans wondered why referees weren't stepping in. The rivalry games, against Angel Reese, the narrative exploded. The rematch from their college battles drew national headlines, but instead of highlight plays, the focus shifted to flagrant fouls and cheap shots. The Taurasi comment? Veteran Diana. Taurasi warned before the season that reality is coming for Caitlin Clark. Fans dismissed it at first, but as the hard fouls piled up, it felt prophetic. The midseason grind. By July, clips of Caitlin being shoved to the ground without calls went viral. Hashtags like #FreeCaitlin started trending. The injury, and finally the hit that forced her off the court. It wasn't a freak accident. It was the accumulation of months of unchecked physical play. Each chapter added to the pressure. Each headline fueled the debate, until the press conference when Caitlin finally spoke her truth. Enter Sophie Cunningham. On paper, she's not the biggest star, but she's one of the league's toughest competitors, known for her grit, her fire, and her willingness to back down from no one. And throughout Caitlin's rookie year, Sophie became a quiet ally. She checked on her after hard fouls. She defended her in interviews. She treated her not like a rookie, but like a peer. Now fans are buzzing with speculation. If Caitlin explores Europe, could Sophie join her? The idea isn't far-fetched. Sophie has already built a career overseas in the WNBA offseason. She knows the money is better, the respect is higher, and if Caitlin leaves, having a veteran like Sophie by her side could make the move even more appealing. That possibility terrifies the league, because losing Caitlin is one thing. Losing her and a respected veteran voice? That's a domino effect no commissioner wants to see. The truth is, the WNBA has been here before. Stars like Diana Taurasi once made more money overseas than in the US. In fact, in 2015, Taurasi skipped an entire WNBA season because her Russian club paid her more to rest. Candace Parker, Sue Bird, Brittany Griner, They've all spent time overseas chasing the paychecks the WNBA couldn't provide. But here's the difference. None of them had Caitlin Clark's spotlight. None of them had her cultural reach. Losing Caitlin wouldn't just be another star heading abroad. It would be the league's biggest star, its lifeline, saying enough. That's not just a bad look. That's an existential threat. Let's talk numbers. Average WNBA salary, around $120,000. Caitlin Clark's rookie salary, less than $80,000. European club offers, upwards of $1 to $2 million per season, plus perks. Sponsors are already lining up around Caitlin. Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, they all see her as a marketing goldmine. But here's the irony. Her endorsements off the court are worth more than her actual WNBA paycheck. So why should she endure the punishment, the disrespect, and the lack of protection when she could go abroad and earn 10 times the money? That's the question rattling around every boardroom in the league office right now. The fan response to her statement was instant and intense. One tweet read, "I bought season tickets for one reason, Caitlin Clark. If she's gone, so am I." Another, the WNBA doesn't realize it yet, but they're holding the golden ticket. Protect Caitlin or lose everything sports media lit up. Some praised her courage, others accused her of being soft, but everyone agreed. She was forcing a conversation the league couldn't ignore, and that's the power of the Caitlin effect. She doesn't just play the game, she controls the narrative. So where does this all go? The WNBA has two choices. One, step up, protect Caitlin, enforce the rules, and build the league around its brightest star. Two, do nothing. Hope she stays, but risk losing her to Europe. And with her, millions of fans. Caitlin's press conference wasn't just about her. It was about every player who came before her and every player who will come after. And Sophie Cunningham's quiet support proves this isn't just one rookie speaking out. It's a movement. The league has been warned. The ball is in their court. Will they rise to the moment or watch their golden era slip through their fingers? One thing's certain, Caitlin Clark has changed the game forever, and the clock is ticking.